And I'll have more details on that story later in the business. Dubai's Pfizer-BioNTech vaccination campaign is currently running across the city and it's available to residents for free of charge. Now, after being approved by the US Food and Drug Administration, the UAE Ministry of Health and Prevention also announced its registration in the country last week. Here to tell us more about the initiative and why it's so important is the chairperson of the Steering Committee for COVID-19 Vaccination and CEO of Medical Support Services and Nursing at the Dubai Health Authority, Dr. Faridah Al Khaja. Dr. Al Khaja, thank you so much for joining us this evening. I want to begin by asking you, the vaccine has been introduced here. Is it only for Dubai residents, UAE residents as a whole, or visitors? Can they take part as well?
Thank you for the interview. Yes, we have introduced the vaccination program. Today is the third day of the program. It's going very successfully. As you mentioned, it's free of charge for all the UAE nationals and all the Dubai residents who are living in Dubai Emirates, and they can register through the registration tools, and they can get the vaccine as soon as they register.
So it is currently free of charge. Are there plans long-term to introduce a fee for this vaccination?
No, we don't have such intention because, as you know, the COVID-19 pandemic is a public health issue, and the government is paying a lot of attention for this issue, and we want to protect all the people who are living in Dubai. So the government is taking care, and it won't be it will be free of charge, and there won't be a fee for it.
Okay, what has the response been so far? I know you can't share the specific numbers with us just yet, but what has the response been? Are people apprehensive, or are people quite keen so far?
The response is very good. Lots of people, they are calling and they are registering for the vaccines. I cannot announce any specific number, but the registration is exceeding thousands. So this means that the people are really interested and they want to take the vaccine despite of being optional. But the people, they want to take the vaccine because they want to protect themselves.
So there's a great response so far. Is there a wait list for people, or is it relatively easy to be able to book an appointment and visit in the coming days?
The waiting list is really short. You can get an appointment in 2 or 3 days. So there is no much of waiting list when you register for the vaccination.
Okay, so it's now been running for 3 days here in Dubai. It has been a good response. Have there been any side effects reported so far?
So far, we didn't report any side effects. And people, after the vaccination, the client stays in the healthcare center for 20 minutes for observation. And even during the 20 minutes, we didn't observe any side effects. And even after the vaccination, we didn't get any report of any side effects from the people who got vaccinated so far.
Mm-hmm. And how many people is the DHA aiming to vaccinate by the end of this year?
The program will last for 1 year. It's up to end of 2021. Our aim is to reach the herd immunity. So we are aiming to vaccinate like 70% of Dubai population. And this is our target, which we hope to reach it by end of 2021.
So ideally, the entire population of Dubai by the end of next year. What about people with allergies or pregnant mothers, nursing mothers who have been advised not to get the vaccine so far? What is the solution there?
As now, the pregnant women, the breastfeeding women, or women who are planning to get pregnant, we cannot give them the vaccine. However, we are following all the updates from the company, from Pfizer company, and once we have any update in this regard, then it will be announced to all the public.
Okay, now the Pfizer vaccine, as we know, it's taken in 2 doses. So what happens if the person can't take the second dose? Perhaps they've had a trip, perhaps they're quarantining for another reason. What do they need to be aware of there?
It's very important for the people to understand that they should get the second dose after 21 days. For the vaccine to be effective, to get its maximum efficacy, it's very important to take the second dose as per the schedule. So we really request all the people who get the vaccine, the first dose of the vaccine, to do their best to get the second dose. Otherwise, they won't get the full benefit of the vaccine.
So 21 days, make sure that is in your calendar. Now, people can book via the DHA app or the call centre. Are you planning to allow walk-ins at some stage? And will it be rolled out across more than 6 locations where it is currently available?
Yeah, the registration, as you mentioned, it's through DHA app for the people who have downloaded the DHA app on their smartphone, or they can call the call center 800-342, and the IVR, the voice message, will take them through the process. For both process, you have to answer certain questions on the demographic data and on some important medical questions. And once the questions identify you as an eligible person, immediately you can book your appointment. In one of the centers, we have 6 centers across Dubai. In their side, we have 3 centers in Nad Al Hamar Healthcare Center, Al Mishar Healthcare Center, and Mirdif Uptown Medical Fitness Center. Also in Dubai side, we have Zabir Healthcare Center and Al Barsha Healthcare Center. Also, for people who are living in Hatta, we have the vaccination center in Hatta Hospital. So almost we are covering all places in Dubai.
Oh, Dr. Khaja, I expect it's going to be a very busy 12 months. Best of luck of the campaign, and thank you very much for joining us this evening.